think Lisa's going to start, but we could all do it collectively as we usually do.
Yeah. So we, for Utopia's Bach, we are going to be at the Old Goods Yard, just behind the Menai Bridge on the Bangor side, on the 26th and 27th, which is the Saturday and Sunday at the end of the festival. We will be doing Geocache Bach. So Utopia's Bach is a project looking at tackling the world at a scale we can manage, so very, very small things. So imagining and experimenting with things on a small scale, looking for utopias in the dystopic cracks, looking for utopias underneath the leaves and behind the bins. You know. And we will be having a Geocache Bach at Togig for both days, where you can come, you can create a mini utopia, you can search for mini utopias, find, locate, identify, own mini utopias. We can be doing mindless mapping, which is a counter mapping technique for locating utopias, and plenty of other things. Lindsay, we have other things going on.
Yeah. Yes, the workshop. We're going to be doing a workshop called Trwansffurfiad, which is like a shape-shifting workshop. So part of Utopia's Bach is that we're sort of combining the sort of no place of utopia and trying to avoid the worst of that, the sort of isolationism of that and the sort of unattainableness of that, with the Bach part, which is, of course, in Welsh. In English, in Welsh class, we're taught small, but actually it means loads of things like nook and hook and a much more sort of like grounded in place kind of a word. And one of the things we're thinking is that we need to get in touch with the radical imagination to think about the future. But in doing so, not thinking of the future as something that humans can, in the same mindset where the humans are in charge and control and there's a lot of stuff like we're in a crisis and the humans have to save it. So how do we sort of free ourselves from that kind of like big thinking where we're in control? And we thought we could utilize one of our guided visualizations, which is where we go into the future or perhaps just an alternate reality. And on that journey, as we go there, we turn into a more than human being. A number of us have tried this. I think Samina was a sunflower. Vanda was a bat person. Lisa, what were you, Lisa?
I was a very specific oak tree. I was the oak tree down there on the corner at the bottom of the hill.
I was a woodlouse, which was a surprise. Anyway, and we go to the future and we explore what the world is like from there, and we come back with some thoughts for the humans. And actually, I don't know about the others, but I really, really look after the woodlice now. So it's an opportunity to come along and do that. We're doing one on Saturday, one on Sunday. They're going to be Welsh. There's one in Welsh. Sarah Dolma's doing one in Welsh and I'm doing in English. And you can go to both, even if you don't speak Welsh fluently. It might be nice to experience what is a different language. Where does that take you? Anyway, we're going to play with that and make things afterwards and stuff.
Yeah. Can I just ask, so is the Welsh one on Saturday and the English one on Sunday, or are both on both days?
Both on both days, and we're also working to do a recording so you can choose to do it on your own with support. Yeah, so both on both days. It's going to be very fluid and kind of,
So there was one question, because the Geocache is booked in for 4 hours.
Yeah, you don't have to stay for the whole 4 hours. You can drop in, you can go away and come back again. You can drop in very, very quickly, or you could stay all day. It's entirely up to you.
And are there toilet facilities?
There is a toilet.
Ah, okay, great.
It's like a geocache. Has anyone done geocaching?
No, what's that? I've done it, I think, but I'm not sure. What exactly is it?
Doing it in a hole in the wall.
It's a bit like orienteering, but you find and you leave things behind in special places. I've not done it, but I've found lots of geocaches whilst poking around in woodland.
So could we even take one of the things we find and place it at a different place? Could we rearrange the installation?
Yes.
Wow, so it's a bit like Alan Capro in the 1960s. Wow, amazing.
Yes, and we haven't really got maps. It won't really, normally you get a really precise thing, but we're going to be doing, what did you call them, Lisa?
Mindless maps.
Oh, yeah.
You'll have to just look, and you won't really know which is one of ours and which is possibly just there.
Mini maps.
Mini maps, mini mindless maps.
Mini, I said many.
Many mindless maps, maybe.
Mini maps.
Okay.